especially considering that this is such a relatively older piece done in 1733 by William Hogarth, and the name of this painting is Southwark Fair. Okay? Yes, it's a fair. And it's outside London. It's a place where the commoners meet. It's not for the royalty. This is also a place where they have lots of taverns and brothels and even a prison and all kinds of light entertainment just to amuse people, to pass the time. So there are three very distinct things that are going on over here. Okay? In the foreground, you see the commoners, right? They're all jousting around. You'll see pickpockets. You'll see someone being collared over here, someone else who's being felt up a little bit. You know, the flesh is showing too much, and you know there's that going on. So that's in the foreground, the commoners. Just a lot of chaos, doing whatever the emotion asks them to do. There is no sort of reasoned sort of focus on what they're going to do. In the middle ground, there are three different plays that are going on. There's one over here, okay, where everyone is falling off the window or off the balcony or you know whatever this supporting framework is, and that also points to the chaos that's inherent in the society where there is no order, there is no justice, anything goes. The pickpocket, the adulterer, the person who's picking a fight. There's just no sense of orderliness. And so that sort of, that the breakdown of that structure, so all the players, all the actors and actresses fall down, that's sort of symbolic of that. The monkey, who is one of our closest cousins, is on top. What does that say about us? So again, different things to think about. In the middle ground over here is another play that's going on the siege of Troy. And if you remember the story, there were the enemies came hidden in this big, huge wooden horse, and it was a huge novelty. So they all came out. The enemies came out of the horse, and the Trojans were taken out. They were slaughtered. There's another play that's going on over here. And again, everything has very specific meanings about betrayal, about social chaos, about social injustice, about the lack of social conventions. And then in the background, there is a church steeple over there, sort of looking down, very pristine, very holy, right from the back. But what role does religion or spirituality, either or and or both, what role does that play in helping us guide our daily life? The trapeze artists that you see, they're all in precarious positions. They look as if they're balancing real riskily, they can fall off. And so this whole thing is a commentary on 18th century English social life and of the total chaos that reigned there because of a lot of different social forces, the prime of which was that the king who was in power at that time, Charles II, was an extreme hedonist. He believed in the life of pleasure. He did not take responsibility. He lived for the day, carpe diem, etc., etc. And so the social strata, the hierarchies that were below him reflected all of those values. So again, even though we might not know too much about the 18th century or too much about 18th century England specifically or about Southwark, the specific area outside London, we can still read into it to come up with some reasoned analysis on what's going on.